Hey, everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and reflect on the articles and share how, just what I gained from it. So I guess we'll decide the roles.
I'll take the head.
I'll take listening from the heart.
And I'll take listening with the feet.
Okay. So I read those articles, and one of them that really struck me was the empathy and compassion, which was the Harvard business one. And that was one about asking questions, being opening and listening and learning. And what struck me was this piece about the humility and not knowing, which eventually leads to compassion and empathy. And so one of the reasons is, well, personally, with my relationship with my daughter, I'm really, really working on asking more what she needs, especially during this time. It's a tough time. She's a senior. So I know what I want to do, and I can sense how she might be feeling, or I think I know. So I'm really trying to pause and approach it more with asking questions. How are you feeling? What would be the most help? What would you want from me? What do you want from me and Dad? What, those types of things. And especially because there's some things that are really difficult right now. And so I want to jump into fix-it mode or crisis mode, and that's not what's needed. So to pause has been something that I'm really trying to work on. And then also reflecting on when people do share how they're feeling and what they're doing, that sometimes moving into trying to fix it can actually not be helpful. So to really stay in that space with them. And so I think that by listening, by staying in a space of empathy, it's something that I'm really working on. And it's hard because we are in a crisis, and I'm often feel like I'm one in a crisis that's ready to jump and do things. So sometimes for me, the hardest is not doing, but being in relationship. And so that being is a quieter, softer space, but I'm really working on trying to be better at that for specifically in my relationship with my daughter. So since we're modeling, I can just pause there, because then maybe we can just show how we might listen for these different things.
So the things that I heard you saying was that what you took away most from the empathy and compassion article is that that humility piece and not knowing, and how that leads to compassion and empathy. How you are really working on asking and listening to the needs of your daughter, and since she's a senior at this time, listening for those feelings and asking what she wants or what she needs, instead of you just jumping in and trying to fix things, really attending to her needs. Also taking a step back to pause instead of jumping right into action. Reflecting on when people do share their feelings, their thoughts, and then trying to be in that being space instead of doing. So you're in that being space that's quieter and softer for you.
Thank you.
So I was listening to the heart. What I'm picking up here is a lot of love and concern for your daughter. I noticed that you said you didn't say things are difficult right now. You said there are some things that are really difficult right now. And so I imagine that you're flooded with compassion for your daughter.
Thank you.
Some of the things that I heard is you have a desire to stop yourself from jumping in to fix things and just being listening, just being present and able to listen to what's being shared. And I feel like you have an intention of staying softer and quieter. Those words really resonated. So thinking about that, what does that look like for you, and how do you continue to think about how you're going to reframe that? And just those empathetic questions, intention to show empathy through questioning.
Thank you for reflecting back what you heard me say, the feelings and some of my intention. I think it was helpful for me to just hear that back, because it's beyond even the senior year. It's just things have happened that are very, very difficult. But I think as a family, we've just been stronger. And it's really validating to hear that by trying to be softer and to not jump in and to recognize my young adult. I think we'll always have a strong relationship, but I don't always have to be the fixer. So it was really validating to hear you all pick up on all those pieces and to validate what my intention is and what I continue to work on. So thank you. I appreciate it.